He's seen his minutes go up the past couple of games, but tells me this transition hasn't been easy, going from being one of the leading scorers in the Mountain West a season ago to coming here and having to stay patient on the bench. Trey, the team was flying back from their game at St. Mary's on Tuesday night when the fires broke out here in Southern California, and they could see the fires from the team plane breaking out in the Palisades. Caleb Stone-Carrawell tells me it was heartbreaking, and then they arrived on campus and could smell the smoke. He said it was devastating, but he says being able to play here tonight in Los Angeles in front of these fans means so much. He's coming off the bench, and he says he's comfortable in that role. He feels really good when he gets his number called to go into the game and be that spark of energy. The Lions get back their 7-foot center, Rick Azanza, tonight, who's missed the first 3 games with a thumb injury. He suffered a torn ligament in his right thumb in mid-October. Doctors originally told him he'd be out 12 to 14 weeks, but he was able to get in with a specialist here in Los Angeles. Will Johnston finding his stride now with 7 points. There were a lot of questions about Will's rat tail after his game-winning shot that made it onto SportsCenter Top 10, so I knew I needed to get to the bottom of it. He says it's just swag. He knows some people hate on it, others love it, but it's here to stay. It's his drip. It started when he first went D1 about 2 years ago, and yes, I did ask, does he wash it, does he condition it, and rebraid it? And he wants us to know it is not dirty. Stan Johnson has been extra animated during the timeout and on the sideline. He tells me they know who they want to be, but they're working on being consistent. He believes when they compete at a high level early in this game, take the first punch, then they can beat anyone in the country. He's been more intentional about amping up his team and shoot around in practice, learning he has to be the one to bring the juice, Trey. I'm right by their huddle right now listening to his message to the team. He's giving them a lot of confidence, saying, you know what to do. We worked on all of this throughout practice this week. You know exactly what to do. Again, as I mentioned in the open, a young team that just needs to gain some experience, but you can hear him giving them the confidence that maybe they need to turn things around here, guys. Aaron McBride, we saw him earlier. You see the play here, get elbowed in the face. It was his front tooth that got chipped, but good news, a photographer found it actually on the court, gave it to the athletic trainer, so it is safe, waiting for him whenever this game finishes. Written on the whiteboard today at shoot-around, the message, sprint if you're a serious team. Coach Stan Johnson says they've got to sprint to the finish line as they wrap up non-conference play tonight. He showed the team a video during shoot-around this morning from motivational speaker Inky Johnson. The message was your urgency level will always dictate what you're willing to tolerate, saying their sense of urgency has to be higher than their opponent, and you can see it here early, Trey. 53 points in the opening half of this game. What'd you like about the way your team just came out here and played for 20 minutes? You wanted more physicality, more intensity out of your team. We saw that in the first half with 21 rebounds, 4 blocks for your team. How do you keep that intensity in the second half? In a tie game right as we are about to tip off the second half. Joining me now, Lorenzo Romar, assistant head coach for LMU. Coach, you led by as many as 11. You go into the half tied. What was the level of frustration in that locker room? You guys have now won 4 in a row. The last time that happened for this program 2 seasons ago. What have you learned about this team through this stretch here? I talked with him as he came out of the locker room at halftime. He really loved how hard his team played, called LMU a very good team, but proud of the way they hung in there. He said we need to do a better job on the glass, getting out rebounded. They were coming into the second half 21-11. He said we have to do a better job, but he really likes the way they're defending and sharing the ball on offense, Trey. Back-to-back games for you guys where it comes down to the final whistle. What does this mean to this team to get a win like this tonight?